Hi everyone, thank you so much for joining me. This is Kathy and I am super excited to be a part of a 500 subscriber celebration video hop for Amanda over at Rise and Procraftinate. So right off the bat, I'd like to say congratulations, Amanda. I'm so excited for you. In celebration of reaching 500 subscribers, Amanda is going to be giving away a $25 gift certificate to Simon Says Stamp. I'll have more details about that a little bit later on in the video. But for this particular hop, we have a theme of fancy fold cards. So I decided to do a somewhat simple gatefold card, and I started with a piece of cardstock that measures 11 inches by 5.5 inches. I scored it at 2.5 inches and then at 6 3/4 inches. Once I had my cardstock scored, I used my bone folder to burnish those score lines really well so the folds would be nice and crisp. And one thing that I do like to do is fold the card completely and then burnish those score lines again. It kind of helps keep the lines even so it closes nicely. I decided to add a decorative element on the smaller flap, so I used a stitched cloud die from My Favorite Things and ran that through my Gemini Junior die cutting machine. Then I decided to add a little something to the smaller flap that folds in, so I randomly stamped the flowers from the Not Too Shabby Spring is in the Air stamp set using Cantaloupe Memento ink. I did put a piece of scratch paper underneath just so I would protect the inside of the card. I cut a piece of patterned paper down to 4 by 5 1/4 and adhered that to a piece of pink cardstock that's just slightly larger. And I adhered that on the larger flap that folds into the card using my AdTech tape runner. I set that aside and started to work on my focal image. I stamped the little bunny with the umbrella with My Favorite Things Extreme Black Hybrid ink onto a piece of Cougar Super Smooth cardstock. Then I covered it up with a sticky note and just stamped the top part of the umbrella because I wanted to do some reverse masking, which basically means that instead of cutting on the outside line of the image, I'm going to cut out the inside of the umbrella. To do this, I just folded it over on itself and cut a very rough hole in the center of it just so I could get my scissors in there to be able to cut out that inner part of the umbrella. I made sure to cut right up next to that stamped line so there wouldn't be a gap between the stamped umbrella line and the little flowers that I stamp on the inside of the umbrella. After I had the inside of the umbrella cut out, I put the sticky note back in place so that it would mask off the rest of the image, and again randomly stamped those little flowers on the inside of the umbrella. I moved on to coloring the image, and I'm going to kind of speed through it a little bit. I used my normal technique of starting with my darkest color and working out to my lightest. I will have all of the supplies that I used as well as all of the Copic colors that I used listed in the description below. While I finish up the coloring, I'll give you a little bit more information about this hop as well as the giveaway that's being sponsored by Amanda. This giveaway is open to both US and international residents. All you have to do to be entered to win is leave a comment down below. You don't have to comment on every video that's a part of this hop, but the more you comment, the better chances you have to win. Please be sure to leave your comment no later than April 18th. Rise and Procraftinate will notify the winner in the YouTube comments, so please check back after that time to see if you've won. If you did win, you'll have 1 week to claim your prize. You can earn bonus entries for each video on the hop that you comment on. I'll be sure to link to Amanda's blog post that has more details as well as the hop lineup. You can click on that in the description below as well. And I need to mention that this giveaway is not sponsored by YouTube, therefore YouTube is not responsible for prize fulfillment. You can find the link to the next video in the hop down below in the description. And just to clarify, Amanda from Rise and Procraftinate will respond directly to your comment if you are the lucky winner. She will also do a video and post that on her channel and announce the winner as well. Okay, now that I've got all of that stuff out of the way, I can talk a little bit about the coloring. For the bunny, I concentrated the darkest color in the areas where she would be shaded by the umbrella itself. So the areas that are closest to the umbrella are darker, and the further away they are from the umbrella, I did them a little bit lighter. For the umbrella itself, I did use 3 shades of yellow. I kept the coloring really very simple and wasn't too concerned so much about a light source as I was more of where shadows would be. The flowers, I did do a 2-color blend, and really I probably could have just used one because the RV04 lightened up the RV06 quite a bit. For the flower centers, I decided to color those in orange, and boy did I pick the wrong color for that, but I fixed that a little bit later on, so not a big deal there. For the umbrella handle, I decided to make it look like it was metal, so I used a couple of cool gray markers. And again, I'll have all of the Copic colors that I used listed in the description below. I thought it would be really cute for her to have some bright pink rain boots, so I used the same RV06 and RV04 for that. And for the soles of her boots, I used C5. After I was done with the coloring, I die cut the bunny using a circle die. I also die cut a piece of pink paper using a scalloped circle die so that I could adhere those to the front of the card. To fix the center of the flowers, I used a white gel pen and just did tiny little dots in each center. And I think that definitely helped them stand out a little bit more. And then I thought I might as well add some white polka dots to her little rain boots as well. Now, with this particular gatefold card, you want to make sure that you only put adhesive on the left side of the image. Otherwise, you'll end up gluing the gatefold together and you won't be able to open the card, which is exactly what I almost did. And I realized it ahead of time, so I tried to use my, I always call it a goober remover, but I think the actual name is an adhesive remover square or something like that. So I tried to remove the adhesive and it did a pretty good job, but there was still a little bit of sticky, so I pounced my anti-static powder tool on it to remove the rest of the sticky. Unfortunately, part of the cardstock tore, so to fix that, I just cut another scallop circle and glued that behind the original scalloped circle and made sure to only apply adhesive on the left-hand side of that circle so that when I adhered it to the front of the card, my gatefold card would open easily. And that finishes up my card for today. Thank you so much for joining me. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you've not yet subscribed, I'd love it if you would. And don't forget to ring the bell so you're notified every time a new video is posted. As a reminder, the link for the next video in the hop is in the description below. Thanks again, and we'll see you next time.